Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keisha Adderley. Thanks for joining us tonight. Topping the news, the man at the center of the controversy yesterday in the House of Assembly has broken his silence as he seeks to set the record straight.
International fashion designer Peter Nygard says he believes there is an intense and growing plot with serious political motives behind the recent scathing allegations. In an exclusive interview over the phone with our Clint Watson, Nygard says when the truth comes to light, the public will be surprised at those players behind the scene. Clint Watson joins us in studio.
Good evening to you, Altaviz and Keishla. International fashion designer mogul Peter Nygard says this entire ordeal, in his view, is a fabricated plot by apparent enemies and special interest groups with a specific agenda.
To get this prime minister and this party out of power and try to create falsified evidence as if it has something to do with being corrupt, and try to make me look bad because I've been a supporter of the government and the prime minister, and trying to make me look bad.
As to those alleged infamous recordings of an alleged criminal activity plot referred to in reported court documents, Nygard says those tapings, in his view, were to achieve a specific goal.
The case was very clear. I absolutely, and not even knowing I was being taped, I absolutely declared that I don't want any thing to do with breaking the law. I have never broken the law, and was adamant about that over and over again. So there's nothing else whatsoever in those tapes that would show anything to do with me having broken the law or having anything to do with these people breaking the law.
Have also been levied that Nygard was promised Crown land. It's a question he answered during our interview without hesitation by saying an application was put into the government for him to build on Crown land, and in his view, it went through the usual vetting process. He did not indicate that there was any special treatment or favors given as a result.
And a letter was given many, many years ago to say that yes, we can, and a lease will be forthcoming. And that lease was finally being honored.
But it claims there were protests to the land and that further delayed the process from being approved. This despite apparently centers around disagreements between Nygard and his neighbor Louis Bacon, who has taken issue to Nygard rebuilding on the land. Now, in recordings that went viral and published by a local daily last week, Nygard was quoted as using an expletive as he opined that Prime Minister Christie lacked courage. It was an issue we also put to the fashion designer.
I don't know if it's disrespect for the prime minister. He's made promises that he hasn't been able to deliver, and that promise was done long a time ago to enable me to go ahead and build my house that was burned down. And restore that. And I made an application to do that already 5 years ago, and the Prime Minister undertook to finally get to that point, and to get the thing resolved. Part of the resolution for that was to be able to give official approval for the land, which and lease for the land, which was an important part to be able to build on such land. And it's taken now 3 years to do that, and I think being a little impatient about that is quite in order.
As to his financial support for political parties in the past, he admits he has financially supported both sides.
I've been supporting various people now for the 30 years that I've been there in Bahamas. Some of them have been F&M people, and some of them have been PLP people. Quite frankly, I've never really been political, and I'm still not political. I've been people-oriented. So those people who need my support, I feel as a good corporate citizen that I should be supporting those people that I think are worthy of going into office.
Yesterday, Prime Minister Christie and opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis supported a police investigation into the matter, while both publicly distancing themselves from any impropriety.
The Prime Minister should also explain to the Bahamian people what official steps are being taken by all law enforcement agencies to fully and properly investigate the very serious allegations.
But under no circumstances, Mr. Speaker, will you ever find that I would have done favor for consideration.
Now, ZNS News also understands that court documents have also levied other serious allegations. It's a story we'll continue to follow in Keishla Altavis. This story is far from over. Live proceedings of the House of Assembly are going on right now, and the issue is yet again surfaced as the mid-year budget communications continue in the House of Assembly. You can join to ZNS News in the morning. We'll have a full recap of what took place this evening. Live in the newsroom, I'm Clint Watson. Back to you.